Bravehearts. Today's a hat trick. I was just on for Doc Talk Live. Now I'm on for Real People, Real Healing. And today's actual name, this is not about the person. This is just about the show. It's Moles, Warts, Tumors, Mutation. And that's the way it goes. You know what? If you can't rid yourself of a negative belief system, the invisible creates the physical. Psychological rules the biological. People will get this or they won't get this, and the reality is this, is that it's totally about self-care. It's about self-love. And just know, if we've been taught one thing, it's about that self-love and self-care is selfish, and you're probably going to go to hell for it if you do it. And you think I'm kidding? If people were to really sit back and take a look, everything is about vibration. Every belief you have, it creates a vibration. Every image creates a vibration. Everything you eat and drink leaves light and vibration behind if it wasn't mutated. And if it was mutated, or if it was a mutated twistic or negative thought, what is it going to leave behind? Well, stinking thinking creates a rotten body, toxic body. And that's it. People don't get that. We were light energy, electrical magnetic beings before we were fused into the physical. And then reality, I won't get into it, but I'm not sure if I'm actually here anyways. I think we live a holographic life, but that's another show. And yeah, we'll leave that one alone today. But the reality is, your personality, whether you made it or not, is your reality. So remember something, there are no diseases, just you being out of ease, you being out of alignment, you being out of harmony. Pretty crazy, eh? How we'll go and tune up a car, change the oil, change the filter maybe 3 or 4 times a year, maybe more. But nobody knows how to gently love and cleanse their colon daily or their liver. My God, if you had a perfect day, like this manual here called the Perfect Day Manual, all right? You can download this. It's called pdgfree.com. You're going to get it all. I guarantee you're going to get it all from this book. If you don't know how to look after yourself from the moment you rise until you close your eyes, then you're owned by someone else. So today we're going to take a look at a couple of pictures. But first I'd like to say hello to Marie. Hi, Marie. How you doing?
Hi, Doc. I'm great, love. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic, actually.
Good.
I've never been so busy in my whole life, but I'm doing fantastic, okay? I just wish I had a time expander. Can you bring up the 2 pictures, please, of Marie? Only one small part of Marie, actually. Picture, please. Yep, no problem. Just know this. If you're dealing with the medical system, they're never going to tell you this. They're never going to tell you that, you know, first it starts off a light brown. That's the same picture. First it starts off a light brown. Then it actually goes to a darker. It has little roots on it. It's rooted. So we're going to have trouble trying to convince little mole here that it's time to leave. And the reality is, the longer something stays, the more it believes it should stay. Okay? Thanks, Rafa. So I want everybody to understand, it's like the relative that moved in and didn't want to leave. The longer they stayed, the more comfortable they got. And that's the reality. So understand this, everything is a program. So the older the mole, the more roots it has, the older the mole, the more the cells believe that it's there for a reason. And understand something, you don't have a mole, okay, unless you've got some invisible or physical toxicity going on. I hope you get this, everyone. So we want to do colon cleansing, we want to do liver cleansing, but what we need to do, because what happens when you get a symptom, but symptoms are love messages. Your body will first do it with a feeling. Oh, that hurts. Ooh, it's burning. Oh, I'm feeling a numbing feeling. Oh, it's stabbing. Oh, First it does it invisibly, waking you up, and then it will physically wake you up. It will show you something that you're growing. So when you're unable to change on an invisible psychological level, your biological will kick in, because the psychological rules the biological. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to work and do our job and go after this. So let's find out, because Marie, you've been working with your little mole friends for a little bit, right?
Yes, very much so.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So why don't you tell everybody what you've been doing? When did you start? And I will tell everyone this. If you've got a 20-foot hole, meaning that it's gone on for a longer, stronger time, if I gave you a 5-foot ladder, if you climb it 4 times, you're not out of the hole. So we have to be more take action. I don't want to use the word aggressive, but we need more take action against the things that have been growing inside of us. Listen, if you've got a dysfunctional, toxic belief that is really negative, the longer it's with you, the stronger that belief is. Remember something, beliefs are alive. They can be saving your life or killing you. Beliefs need to be fed, and we feed them. And if you've got the wrong belief, it'll eat you up. If you've got the right belief, it'll save your life, and it'll stay there, and it will protect you. So understand, there are beautiful people out there that don't realize that their beliefs make and shape their diseases. And then there's me. I will never have a disease, and I will never have a wart. I will never have a mole. Okay, I will never have aging spots, and if I do, they'll be so light that it comes with the process of coming and leaving this planet. But you'll never see anything. Go close up on my hands, please. Can you do that? And you know, I'm going to be 67 years old, and I'm not telling you that I've been a good boy all my life. I've done my share of drinking, toking, smoking, chemicals, you know, but there's my hands. Well, it's good enough. You don't have to, we need to get on with the show, okay? All right? But you can see there's no brown spots there. There's no brown spots here, okay? And guess what? They're not actually aging spots. You're an oldie, moldy, goldie. That's all. Moldy. You're moldy. That's what these moles are, these troublesome things that grow on you. It's because you've got mold. And what was that? Well, that's fungus. And where'd that come from? Leaky gut. Where'd that come from? Antibiotics. Okay, so now you got a screen door for, like a screen door in a submarine for a large intestine, because drill bit predators of fungus made holes, and now the fungus goes into your bloodstream. And because if your bowel's not working right, but you think it is, you know, you go to a doctor, they go, if you have a bowel movement once every 3 days, that's okay. If you have if you have three a day, everybody's different. They don't even know what they're talking about. They're not even in health. They make up their own shit. Okay, and that's all it is. It's coming out of their mouth. They don't even know what they're talking about. They don't know what they're talking about. And I swore, I know I did. But the reality is they don't know what they're talking about. I mean, Marie, did any doctor explain where the moles came from?
No, never.
Okay. Why should you get them and somebody else doesn't? And then they're going to tell you it's genetics. Because that's the only go-to they have, because they know nothing about health. Yeah. They don't know that it's actually the bowel, okay, fermenting and then putrefying, and then growing fungus that makes holes, then it goes into your system, and then it's all coming to the surface, because your skin is actually, what is your skin? It's the mirror and the health of your large intestine. It's telling you where you stand. And if your bowel's in trouble, your colon's, if your bowel's in trouble, your liver's in trouble. Because if your bowel doesn't work right, then you back up this waste that the liver was never supposed to purify, because the liver does over 300 jobs. 300 jobs. And now we want it to look after fecal matter. We want it to look after all these chemicals and waste that should have left with a proper bowel movement, because a healthy person has a bowel movement at any age, 20 minutes to an hour after every meal. Did anybody get this? You don't have that anymore. You have it when you're a baby, but you don't have it anymore because of all the adhesions, otherwise scar tissue, wrapping around your large intestine, small intestine, and because of the displaced calcium and the crystallization and the poor circulation. And so the nerve impulse that's called peristalsis in your large intestine isn't working right, and it could work right again, but you'd have to do what nobody else does, but you won't do that because you don't want to stand out. And if you don't want to stand out, then you're not going to get rid of the things that the other people don't get rid of if you don't do something different than them. What do you think, Marie?
I think you hit the nail on the head, Doc.
Take it away. It's your show now.
Oh, well, I've been covered in these things since I was a kid. And this particular one just kind of appeared 2 to 3 years ago. And it's been growing steadily ever since.
Yeah, I know, but you never took the cork out of your bum, and you never changed the filter in your liver, which means your kidneys are getting the living crap kicked out of them right now. So, and it's none of your fault. The reality is how do you do weird things with your family? You know, you're just a weirdo. They think you're a weirdo. I'm doing colon cleanse. You don't have to do that. It's just a garbage can. Don't you go to the bathroom? I go to the bathroom. Don't you go to the bathroom? Oh, you're going to do what? Stick what up your butt? And then coffee? And do an ultimate coffee enema? What the heck is that? Oh, that's gross. Your turn.
Yeah. Yeah, I contacted you because I went to see my doctor, which I always hesitate to do. I think I go to her maybe once every 5 to 10 years. And she put me on, well, she gave a recommendation to dermatologist office, and I had been waiting months and months for them to call me. Which they still haven't done.
But guess what? Let me just tell you, you know what? You wait months and months. You know, when you get something that black and that ugly, it's not good.
Yeah.
And then did they want to do a biopsy on it?
Yeah, she wanted to do a biopsy, and
what happens when you do a biopsy on a black, angry mole?
You inadvertently push infected cells into your bloodstream,
You create inflammation.
Yeah.
And you create a cut. So the infection that the mole is actually what it's storing and has become is now entered your bloodstream.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and because she wanted to do a biopsy and she was trying to get me into her office, it didn't feel right to me. So that's when I found your leave a question on your website, and I sent the question in, and I think within about 10 minutes you called me. So here I am.
I guess I was desperate for work.
Well, I'm grateful regardless.
Okay. So let's talk about what you've done. How long ago was that you called me?
About a month and a half ago, I received all the products from your website. I have DSMO, C60, Franken-Zen, and the Silver Gel. And I've been using the 4 of those on topically on it and covering it with a Band-Aid and doing that twice a day. And so far it has changed color slightly, and it sheds skin, but it was doing that before. So other than that, I think I just need to keep attacking it like crazy, and I need to change my diet somehow. Obviously, something
Well,
working.
are you doing the ultimate coffee enemas yet?
No, I haven't tried that yet.
Oh my God. Well, it's not going away.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to tell you something. You don't have that because you have a great liver. So, do you want to go back a little further here? I mean, we can do another show together too. I've got about 40 minutes here, and then I'm going on live with the BHN Power Pack clinics around the world. But, okay, first of all, what have you been really angry at for like 20 years? What's the source of your anger?
Source of my anger. I don't know about 20 years, but I can tell you the last 3 or 4 years, going through this COVID theater and everything that surrounds that, I'm very well aware of what's
Is that when you found the moles get worse, a lot worse? Okay, well, guess what? This is suppressed anger. You can't get angry at COVID. There's always going to be chaos on this planet. What they're going to do is we're going to go through the next, are you ready for this? You're going to be one big walking mole, okay? The next 5 to 7 years, they're going to create more chaos than they've done in 25. Are you going to be okay with that, or are you going to be angry over it?
Yeah, my main concern is, and I think what drags me down is I'm a single mom, got divorced in 2019, right before it all hit the fan. And
okay, use the word, okay, I separated from, don't use the word divorce. Okay. Because divorce is such a negative thing. We get rid of all negative talk from now on. Disease, divorce, dying, death.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you separated, okay.
Separated, and he's unaware of what's happening in the world, and so it makes the struggle a little bit harder.
How long have you separated from?
Since 2019.
2019. Well, just be glad that you did prior to this going down, because it would have been a lot tougher. At least you could be accountable for your own decision making instead of feeling guilty. Absolutely. And understand something, the sooner that you embrace, Marie, loving yourself. So what don't you love about yourself? Because you don't get these moles because you're in love with yourself. No, this is anger. Whether it's anger from COVID, anger from your husband, anger because you didn't get the respect you deserve, angry because nobody listens, angry because your kids don't respect you. I mean, it's all the anger has to go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it can be silent anger too. When am I going to get mine? When is it my turn? I don't know. When do you want to be at the front of the line? When are you going to lovingly let everyone know that, guess what? You allowed them to disrespect you because you weren't worth anything, and now you're worth everything, and no one's allowed to disrespect you. You're not going to lose your cool. You're just going to let them know, guess what? I'm changing. I'm learning how to love and care for myself. I will not allow myself to disrespect myself anymore, and either will anyone else. Mm-hmm. You need to understand something. There's no way that your separation was any worse than mine. Okay? And I'll tell you, I had unconditional love throughout my whole separation. My kids will tell you, my friends will tell, everybody will tell you. I gave her everything and more. And I stayed on the phone with her for probably 3 to 4 years, and she would end every conversation, and meanwhile she'd call me for help continually, and every conversation she'd end off with, go F yourself. And it didn't matter what I said. And the reality is this. One day I said, look, you say that one more time and I will never pick up the phone again for you. And you know what she said as soon as I said that? Tell me. Go F yourselves. And I haven't talked to her since. Mm-hmm. And that would be 8 years ago. So, and as I'm not talking to her because I don't love her. I love her unconditionally forever. I wish her only the best. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I was never her program. And you know what? I was responsible for everything that ever didn't go right. And things still aren't going right. You need to learn how to mind your own business. And you need to stop being the savior. I can tell who you are. You're very strong woman. And I don't mean in a bad way. I mean in a beautiful way. But the reality is you need to be strong for yourself. You don't need to prove to anybody that you're strong. You need to love yourself. You don't need to prove to anybody that you are loved. Just do it for yourself. And I told you, I guarantee I told you that you needed to do the ultimate coffee enema, or these moles aren't going to go away, because that's the root cause. By doing the ultimate coffee enema with the black gold, we can suck up all this physical and emotional poison.
Yeah.
I'm telling you that a tumor is mainly, any type of tumor or mole is filled with worse heavy metals, chemicals, and toxicity, but it's the frequency in it. It's the anger. It's the hate. I hate myself. I hate my life. I hate how I don't get the respect I deserve. I hate being a woman. I hate having to do everything. How am I doing?
Well, you're hitting it pretty close. I think a lot of it for me is worry. I worry about whether or not I've done enough to protect my kids from what's coming.
No. It's not worry. It's you not being good enough. I just told you that. You're just not good enough. You're not pretty enough either. You're not smart enough. You should probably just get rid of yourself. And you are doing it slowly, because these moles are an indication of that.
Okay.
But look at the spirit you have. I mean, anybody who's watching this show right now sees the light, the spirit, the beauty. And I'm not just talking about physical beauty. I'm talking about, I can see it. Why don't you just let that shine? Why don't you just mind your own business and become the light that you are? Why don't you? How old are your kids?
My daughter is 10 and my son is 12.
Okay, then why don't you show them about light and love? Why don't you show them about that? Why don't you show them that you have no problem with the world? My God, do you know what's coming in the next few years? This is a whole transition from fiat currency into digital. That's not the devil, so please stop, everyone. I mean, doing the chip and the eye scan and all this stuff, well, that's the problem, because that's all they're going to try to push that down their throats. And I will make a promise to everyone. I will never live where I have to accept that. And I'm not telling you I'm dying. I'm saying I'll never live there. I will not accept it. I will create a life that I have freedom all my life. But we are going to digital, and one day you're going to work up and the stock markets crash, the banks are going to close, and the people that even were in middle and upper income are going to be broke. And they're doing it on purpose, so that everybody, they can dole out their little digital currency on your phone so you can go get a loaf of bread. I mean, if you don't stay calm, Marie, if you don't stay calm, connected to your breath, a slight smile, mind your own business and strategize, there is so much opportunity. You call me and I will tell you the biggest opportunity of your life. I'm not going to say it on here because people don't believe me anyways. I already tried it. But if you want to call me, I'll tell you what I'm doing. And I am so relaxed. Can you tell?
Yep.
I got this, baby.
Yeah, you do.
And I do. And this isn't Daryl being cocky. I know exactly what they're up to. I know exactly what's coming down in the next 2 years. Because I didn't lose my cool. You just need to think like a psycho and know that, guess what? It's all about lassoing the herd. And guess what? All you got to do is worry, and you've lost it. Anybody that's a worry wart, because that's what you've got, is worry warts all over your body.
Yeah.
Okay? Anybody that's a worry wart is going to miss the whole thing. Do you think that maybe you could just stay really cool, give me a call, I'll show you what I've done, and then just go in there, connect to your breath and your higher self, and just stay logical, and don't come from fear ever again. So practice that. Do you wear the love band, life band, and you snap it to stay in the present moment? I love and approve of myself. I got this. I'm a genius. I'm beautiful. Do you do that?
I don't have it, no.
You don't have an elastic? You don't have a hairband? You've been watching my stuff. You've been doing this for how long now? Guess what?
Yes.
You know what? It's not hard to make you pretty, but look at how you're dressed right now, your hair. Look how beautiful you look. Look how beautiful you look. But you won't go and do things for yourself. That's why you're pissed off. You're just another woman programmed that if she works hard enough for her mate, works hard enough for her children, she'll get all the love, and then guess what? A white horse in the night will come and grab her hand, and they'll ride off, and everything will be just great. Let me tell you something. The lover you're looking for is you. The hero you're looking for is you. The practitioner you're looking for to get rid of these warts and to have the body and the beauty you want is you. And that's it. Have you ever had a consultation yet?
Yes, I did.
From who?
Sandra, I believe.
All right. Well, let's talk about what your diet's like, or let's have some questions. Would you like to do a Marie part 1 and 2? Because we're not going to be able to do it all today.
Sounds good.
Would you really like that?
Sure.
I mean, I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
Because you deserve it, but only if you promise me that you'll do everything that I ask. And I'm not talking about giving me your money, but you'll do everything I ask that is not dangerous and is based on unconditional love and care.
Okay.
Because that's the deal.
That's the deal.
That's all I want.
Okay.
And we do have surveillance around your house.
Excellent.
Okay. So why don't you just talk to me? Let's just have a nice casual conversation about what you are doing. Well, first of all, when it comes to those moles, I'm telling you right now, you should be doing 2 ultimate coffee enemas. It's not costly.
Okay.
So get yourself an enema bucket. Get yourself, you'll need it, 3 bags of Doc of Detox green coffee. You don't use regular coffee.
Yeah.
Get yourself a 6-pound of black gold. And
got that
just
already.
use, what?
I've got that already. I've been
Okay,
taking
and what kind of water do you have?
I have a reverse osmosis system on my well.
Okay, so just know reverse osmosis system means that you don't hydrate at all and you don't heal.
Okay.
Okay, and I understand that you might need the reverse osmosis, but you'll want to put in, let's say, well, first of all, you should try to drink at least 3 to 4 liters quarts a day. Okay, and if you're drinking and making like a quart of vegetable juice, then you're going to do 1 less quart of water because that's structured. But you should be putting Beyond Ormus trace minerals in your drinking water. I hope you know that your water only hydrates at 5%.
Right.
That means that if you drink enough water that you should be hydrated, only 5% of that got into the cells. Reverse osmosis is not hydratable. That's not hydration, okay? Also, people think that alkaline water is hydration. So many people are destroying their gut acid, okay, the hydrochloric acid, the pepsin. They're destroying their health. You know how many people are doing high alkaline water? They're destroying their health. The world of health is upside down and backwards. So, you know, your water should never be more than a pH of 7. Some people have 8, but everybody talks about high pH, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
You want alkaline foods. You don't want high pH water.
Right.
There's no science behind that. And your water's totally empty and it's not digestible. Isn't that cool? Whether you like it or not, you need a structure unit.
Okay.
You run your water through a structure unit and get yourself a structure unit. And you've got pure water, but you need to structure it. If you structure it, now it's hydratable. But we need the trace minerals, and my Beyond Ormus minerals are inexpensive. If you get, I would do 60 drops a day right now with you, and then you can drop it down to 40 when we get rid of those moles.
Okay.
But 40 drops a day, do you know what that is? That's pennies a day. And that's covering you. And my Beyond Ormus minerals are the highest electrical charge minerals on the planet. So you want to be doing the black gold ultimate coffee enema. You want to add that. You need to get a structure unit, okay? All right?
Okay.
I don't know, because you need to structure that water. You can't drink reverse osmosis. You do know, where's reverse osmosis water in nature?
Right. Nowhere.
You do know that water's a food and it carries energy, and you do know that there's no electrical charge in reverse osmosis water because there's no trace minerals and the frequency was totally devalued. Okay? And you might need reverse osmosis on your well because it may be the too many solids, too many solids, too much minerals, too much iron, I don't know, too much something in it, right? Is it hard?
Not really hard, but there were too high a mineral content when I first had it tested.
Total solids, yes.
Yeah.
So guess what? I wouldn't have done that. You know what I'd do? I would have got a coconut filter that back flushes. They last for years. I mean, you got to put out some money, but the reality is a coconut filter, I would have done that. I would have never used reverse osmosis.
Right.
But you have it now.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to spend more money, okay? But the reality is you need the trace minerals. You need the Ormus minerals. They're not expensive. Get on the Ultimate Coffee Enema. Go into the Do-It-Yourself guide and take a look at that. And do the Ultimate Coffee Enema twice a day.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
And start doing it. And watch how you start feeling more love. Watch how the bitterness leaves. Aw, we all got the fairy tale that, we're going to find someone, fall in love, and it's going to be forever. And then guess what? You grow, he doesn't grow. So then you got to go, and you got to learn how to love and care for yourself. Now go and love and care for yourself, and then you'll find someone that loves and cares for themselves, and then you will have two spirit beings rocking the world, baby. Okay? Stop looking for a man. Start looking for a spirit being. I mean, of course, it can be a man, but the reality, or whatever you want, but the reality is it better be a spirit being that understands that this is a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure, and a person that is always minding their own business, and I'm attending to my adventure, my life, okay? I'm not getting involved in all these psychos, and that would be my family, my friends, and my neighbors, and the world, wouldn't it? Wouldn't it? Your family's not psycho, right?
Well.
That's right. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Mind your own business.
Mm-hmm.
Your job is not to change anyone. Your job is to fall in love unconditionally, caring for yourself, and then that's going to be reflected to who? Your 10-year-old daughter. Mm-hmm. If mommy doesn't respect herself, don't expect her to respect herself. She'll be dropping her pants when she's a teenager. She'll be doing the toking, the smoking, the choking, the drinking, no thinking. You're the most important person in her life, so you can choose to unconditionally love yourself and care for yourself and seek a higher vibration, and that'll rub off on her.
Right.
When she sees you all confused about the world, all confused about, oh my God, I got married to your father, he, blah, blah, blah. He disrespects me, he doesn't understand me. Well, he's the same guy you married. You changed, he didn't. Mm-hmm. So his belief systems just got stronger. And then because you're more open to things, you started to change and drift away, and he doesn't know how to deal with you. Yes or no?
Yes, absolutely.
You're too much. Don't be angry at him. Let him find someone that won't challenge him. You want someone that will challenge you to grow. So you thank him. Thank him for moving on.
Mm-hmm.
The only people that want people back, okay, the only people that want people back when you know it hasn't been great, has it? The relationship's not great. Is it great? Do you have a great relationship now?
No, I don't have a relationship now.
No, do you have a great relationship with your husband?
No, we do our best to keep it civil, but
Because guess what? How long were you together?
12 years.
Yeah, guess what? Most relationships are already over before 10.
Mm-hmm.
They're just trying to hang in there. And guess what? People change. Are you the same girl with the same thoughts, the same beliefs, the same low value of yourself? No, your value's starting to come up. And guess what? He doesn't know what to do with it. His value has to come up too. If his value doesn't come up and your value doesn't come up, then guess what? It won't work for nobody.
Right.
My partner, Lori, if she asks me, wants to do something, even if I'm not into it, I'm going to do it with her and I'm going to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's not going to be anything dangerous. It'll be fun. But the reality is that spirit beings are there for the adventure. Become a spirit being with yourself. Look for adventure in your life. Stop branding yourself the way the world wants to brand you.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you?
50.
No, you're not. No, you're not. You're just a young girl looking for adventure and a good time. And you want to be abundant on all levels.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? A number's just a silly number. You're not 50. You've got the spirit of a young, beautiful woman, and you know that. So just let that shine throughout the day. And then every time you feel angry about the way things went in your life, just know they go like that for everyone. We're coming down to a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure. When you know the rules, unconditional love and care, and not having to forgive anyone. Mm-hmm. If you have no one that you need to forgive on this planet, because you no longer judge yourself or anyone else, bam, baby, there's your life. You can take it or leave it.
Right.
Who do you hate? Who do you dislike? I don't dislike anybody. Yeah. Is there people I don't want to be in their vibration? Mm-hmm. Yeah, but there's also food I don't want to put in my mouth. That doesn't make it bad. It's just an is. Mm-hmm. Is there relatives that I don't go to visit and don't care to? No, of course there is. I don't want to go visit them. And if I do, I make sure I protect myself and I don't talk about anything about my life, because then I'm the terrorist, because they can't handle my conversation. Right. So I'm not going to go there to terrorize them, and I'm not going to go there to suppress myself either. But if there's a get-together, I'm going to keep it really cool. Mm-hmm. When there's a family get-together, we'll be around the table, whether it's Lori's family, my family. They're all talking about their heart surgeries, their diabetic pills, and all this other stuff. And guess what? They know what I do. I never open my mouth. I don't even comment. And they wouldn't even dare ask me because they don't want to know. But because everybody's together, they get to talk about their diseases. They get to talk about other people's diseases to try to make them feel more comfortable. I'm not going to make them feel uncomfortable, but this is my show. There's no such thing as a disease. I'll never have a disease. Do I have a symptom of tiredness? Yeah, because I'm always, going for it. But you're never going to hear me complain and explain. I'm never going to complain about the government. It's not broken. It's working fine. It's supposed to steal our lives and our money. Our medical system's working fine. They're supposed to do what they're doing. They're not into healthcare, so I have no problem with it. It's not part of my life. It's when you think something is something that it's not, that you have a problem. Okay? Like your husband, he's not going to think like you. And then now you're thinking differently, so now you got to give your kids a chance to start thinking differently. They don't know what unconditional love is because mommy and daddy judge them all the time, don't they? Don't they?
Yeah.
When your kids make a mistake, no matter what it is, they could have stole something, hurt someone, did something, they could have told you to go F off. Do you punish them, or do you go, why did you tell mommy to F off? You know it's not a great thing, but how did I make you so angry that you would say that to me? I want to know, because I want to know how to change our relationship. Not, you just told me to F off. I'm taking away your iPad. You are not watching TV for a week. And that is called a moron. And that is called a parent. And that's the way we've been taught to parent. My kids, the last 15 years of me being a parent, couldn't do one thing that I would disrespect them. God, my daughter, you know, she, Dad, yeah? Hi, guess what? I just rode off your new car. Oh, really? Are you okay? Yeah. How'd you do it? Because they don't lie to me. I went to pick up my sunglasses because it was really bright in the window. Jeez. Okay, honey, I'll tell you, just come on home and just know that you won't be driving my car for a few years, only because I got to make sure that you love yourself unconditionally, because you're trying to use my car to kill yourself, and I'm not going to be responsible. I love you. That was our conversation.
Okay.
Need to look at everything differently. The world wants you to beat your kids up, beat yourself up, beat your husband up. Just keep beating, will you? And I know you're not a physical beater, but in here, you don't have these black moles on your body, okay, because you don't get angry. And then you go and you suppress it. Because Marie wants to be nice. Don't be nice. Just stop trying to prove you're worthy, and stop thinking anybody's going to change, even your kids. My God. I got 4 kids, okay? My one girl, she just thinks I'm a whack job, okay? And I love her anyway. My other girl thought I was a whack job, okay, to the point that she didn't like anything about me because I was the whack job. And now my one daughter's now a whack job like me. My 2 boys, they don't think I'm a whack job. They just love me.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
But do they think I'm wacky? Yes. Because I will do things that are outrageous because I love it. I don't care. I'm not almost 70. I'm almost 7. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Stop caring what people think. And start caring about the way you think and approve of yourself 100%. It doesn't matter what you've done in your life. There is no real true story that you should be guilty about anything. And if you are guilty, then just get ready for black moles everywhere. Go ahead, have them. Get all the black moles you want, okay? And when you have enough black moles and you've totally kicked the living crap out of yourself, then can you be off the hook?
Right.
So what are you so guilty for, Marie? You don't have to tell us, okay? But what are you so guilty for? And you are guilty about stuff, all right? And do you know what your main guilt is? If I was a better mother, if I was a better wife, if I was a better. And you know what? That's such BS. Yeah. And I see it with you. I'm not saying anything. I'm just trying to tell you, guess what? I think you're beautiful. I think you're absolutely beautiful. I think your energy is beautiful. And I think that you need to just go in and do some house cleaning on beliefs. You need to get your thinking straight. And your thinking straight is that, guess what? That which created the universe just loves you. And you need to just love yourself. You need to start fresh in every present moment and just be there. You need to allow your kids to have their tantrums and allow your kids to get upset and angry because they learned it from you and your husband. So when is mommy just going to have a smile on her face and go, listen, I understand. Let's sit down and talk about it. No, I don't want to talk to you. I hate you. And go, well, when you're done hating me, try to make it soon because you might make yourself sick. And let me know when the hate's over because then I'm ready to love you. I know we didn't talk a lot about your moles, but we did talk about your moles.
Mm-hmm.
You think about that, and then guess what? Okay? You give me a call here later today, and we'll book for next week. And then we'll go through your diet. We'll go through the whole program. And you're a single mother, okay? So I promise I won't try to steal all your money, just most of it.
Sounds good.
Okay?
Yeah.
And you know, if it was me, I would be clapping around those moles.
I've got your clapper.
You need to clap around them, and you need to clap around them for 5 minutes and try to be more massive, take action. And then when you get braver, I want you to clap on them every day and to make them wake up. And then you'll put your DMSO, a blob on it, and get a nice tight, like those round Band-Aids, make it snug, and put the DMSO on it, a nice little glob just on it, okay? And just keep hitting it. And if 1 drop of frankincense, okay? All right?
Okay.
We're gonna need to hit it hard. So it might swell, it might even become blacker, and it could become blacker before it'll lighten up, okay? All right?
Yeah. Okay.
And you know that a star gets bigger before it dies?
Didn't know that.
Yeah, that's why people freak out. Their tumor could actually get bigger before it dies. And then there's a lot of people that have tumors and things in them that are benign and they've been misdiagnosed.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to tell people, you know, when it comes to anything that's a critical situation in your life, get 3 quotes. I said quotes. Whenever I get the carpenter to come, I get 3 quotes. If I had to use a doctor, I'd get 3 different doctors. I would. And I'd get 3 different tests at 3 different hospitals, and you're going to find out they're all different. Yeah. I've got a lady coming on, her name is Dina. She got tested just a few weeks ago. They told her that she had stage 3 or 4 breast cancer. She went and got tested at a different hospital just yesterday. And guess what? They said, all you've got is fibroid scar tissue.
Right.
Okay, so now what if she would have did all that they wanted to do? What did they want to do? They wanted to go in and remove them.
Yeah.
Okay? All right. I'm not saying that's every case. I'm just trying to tell you it's your life. It doesn't matter whether we're talking about a mole or we're talking about anything. We need to make sure that we are getting 3 quotes. Because when you're going in to renovate, you want a person that doesn't just own a hammer. They're actually a real carpenter. Okay?
Exactly.
So what do you think, Marie?
I think you hit the nail on the head, Doc. Thank you.
Yeah, you just keep smiling. You connect to your breath and you just go, I am love. I am healed. I am Braveheart. And I am abundant. I am abundant. I deserve everything beautiful in my life. And you need to embrace that like a Braveheart warrior, and you will have it.
Okay.
Okay? And it doesn't mean that, because I work with all of this stuff. I do whole life coach trainings all over the world, and understand something. You can do your best. You can have your heart into it, and they're still going to come for you. You understand? You're going to get tested by your family, by your friends, by society, and just keep smiling. Connect to your breath and understand that all the threats in the world are just that. Threaten all you want.
Mm-hmm.
Tell me, I get threats all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Right.
What, you think I'm not disrupting the status quo? And I don't do it because, oh, I'm getting off on it. Understand something. Isn't every person on this planet from the same family, and we should show consideration to each other?
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Hold the line,
Okay.
but let everybody off the hook and start with you. Give me a call later today and we'll book you for next week. Write down everything you eat, drink, and think. Write down your history, emotional, physical, nutritional, pharmaceutical. Just point form, and then we'll get right to it, and then we'll go through this thing, and I'll give you a template, okay?
Okay. Sounds great.
It's been wonderful. Thank
Always
you for your beautiful light. You have it. I'm telling you. You have it, and you know that.
Thanks.
Okay? Have a beautiful day, Marie.
You too, Doc. Thanks.
Okay. Thanks for joining us, everyone, and download the Perfect Day Guide if you'd like. If you don't want it, don't do it, but do it. And you can also buy the Perfect Day Guide. It'll be delivered to your door for $95. If you try to run it off, you can do that. It'll probably cost you around $200. That's what it'll cost. But because this is the manual right here, okay? And I promise you, whether you're a medical doctor, whether you're a naturopathic doctor, or whether you're a lay person, we'll knock your socks off with this, okay? We'll bring it together for you on emotional, physical, and nutritional level. And just know this, I will be in Stuart, Florida at the beginning of June. Go to braveheartnation.com or bhnuniversity.com. I'll be doing a whole life coach course certification, and understand 60% of the people that come, they don't come to get certified, but they are certified sane when they leave, and that would because they know what unconditional love is and unconditional health is, and they know how to rock their world, and that's what that 9-day course is. And then the Wolf Non-Surgical will be right on after that. It's a 12-day course if you want to learn the most powerful body work, and I will give you a money-back guarantee that it is, and that you are smart enough already. You will knock it out of the park. You will be the most powerful body worker within 200 miles of your where you live. You understand? I'm not kidding. That's after a 12-day course. And you'll give a money-back guarantee on that first treatment, and I will refund the person if you can't follow through. And the reality is you can. You've got what it takes. All right? And I will also be in Australia in later July for the same courses, and then back here in Ixtapa in October, and then I will be doing about 3 to 4 complete courses like this in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo, Mexico, and then I will also be doing one next year in Texas at our fulfillment center in Texas, and then another one at our fulfillment center in Kelowna, British Columbia, and then maybe one more in Australia. But the world's going to go through flip, flop, and fly. Most people are going to lose their, you know what, and over the next while. So until everybody calms down, we're not going to make a lot of plans, because whether we like it or not, when people are so busy losing their minds, because they're going to, people are going to be losing their minds in the next, 2 to 3 years. Is going to be a bit of a hard time for those people that don't understand that what you put out to the universe, you get back. So as you're losing your mind, you're going to be losing everything else, okay? So if you knew how to connect to your breath, if you knew how to keep a slight smile on, and if you know that which created the universe has always been on your side, then guess what? You wouldn't be going and having poverty consciousness, or believing in diseases, or having relationship problems with people. Okay? All right? Guess what? You're more than this. It's time to claim your God-given right. You are an electric, energy, magnetic, light being. Start acting like it, and wear protection. That would be your smile. 3, 2, 1. We're stronger when we come together.